Hi, we're the Team 5 and we will talk you about recreational activities, customs, geography, works, typical meals, animals, and vegetation of New Zealand. Hi, I am Andrea Martinez and we will talk you about recreational activities in New Zealand. With two exceptional islands, 14 national parks, and many diverse cities, we have an abundance of attractions and activities to choose from in New Zealand. New Zealand is a full of spectacular landscapes. Get to the best places in New Zealand, from a popular destination on Instagram to off-grid treasures. If you are a lover of outdoor adventures, we have a top 5 adventures in Mount Hockey Ski Area, Lake Gun Natural Walk Path, AJ Jacket Ledge Bungee, Kariaki Adventures Rafting, the Ultimate Canopy Tour, Rotorua Canopy Tour, Zip Lining. What you should do not is miss out on the wonderful adventures of the two islands that make up New Zealand. This is all for recreational activities in New Zealand. Thank you. Bye.
I'm going to talk about rules in New Zealand. You will not carry any disguised weapon in New Zealand. You have not used equipment for using cannabis or methamphetamine. If you bring any type of knife, you won't pass to New Zealand. You should not bring material containing items like videotapes, film records, or CDs. You must get permission to pass any type of skins to New Zealand.
Hello. Since New Zealand broke away from the supercontinent, unique flora and fauna have evolved into a land full of historic plants and creatures. And the large amount of terrain that fall in New Zealand, in addition to many harsh seasons, make the country have a large and diverse flora, where 85% of the flora is native. Flora and fauna can be something really beautiful in New Zealand. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gael Nieto and I want to talk about the custom of New Zealand, about which we can find the Mauritanga culture or Maori. That is the oldest culture in New Zealand, and through tourism it has been made known in the world. Likewise, if we talk about the deepest traditions, we can say that music among them, being a sample of it the karanga, which is a ritual song performed by a woman. This dance was an ancient dance of reunion and war, encompassing their pride, strength, and tribal union.
New Zealand is a country located in the South Pacific on the continent of Oceania. New Zealand is made up of the two islands, the North and South Islands, Te Ika in Maui and Te Waipunamu in Maori. The two main islands are separated by the Cook Strait, which is 32 miles width at the northwest point. The total area of the country amounts to 268,839. It's a little smaller than Italy or Japan, a little bigger than the United Kingdom. The country is long, more than 1600 on this north-northwest axis, and narrow, with a maximum width of 200 made of coastline. The South Island is a New Zealand's largest land mass and is divided across the land by the Southern Alps. Within this range are 18 peaks over 300 meters above sea level, the highest of which is Mountain Cook with 317.88 meters above sea level. The North Island is less mountainous but is marked by volcanoes. The Taupo volcanic area, a large volcanic plateau, is still very active. The highest mountain on the North Island, Mount Rafiu, and the country's largest lake, Lake Taupo, lie on this plateau. The north of the island is a flatter area, which before the arrival of the Europeans was covered by kauri trees. The country owes its varied topography and perhaps its appearance above the waves to the dynamic boundary between the Pacific and Indo-Australian plates. New Zealand is a part of Zealandia, a continent almost half the size of Australia, which gradually submerged after separating from the supercontinent Gondwana about 25 million years ago.
Typical New Zealand foods. In New Zealand, the greatest influence is from the Maori, an ancient people who lived in the region and who had the customs of trading food from the land, hunting, and collecting everything that nature offers. After the government encouraged immigration from Asian countries to New Zealand, many cultures mixed and transformed the country cuisines. Today, it is one of the most important gastronomical centers in the world. If you visit New Zealand, you have to taste some of these foods. Blue oysters, mussel with green leaves, fish and French fries, pavlova, hangi Maori, and blue cheese.